Testing my best friend's husband's faithfulness, I'm pregnant with his baby. I never thought my love for James would lead me here. It all started 3 years ago when I met James at a friend's party. We clicked instantly, but despite my best efforts to show him I wanted more, he kept me in the friend zone. No matter how hard I tried, he never looked at me the way I wanted. I told myself he'd eventually notice me. Then Susan happened. Susan was my best friend, bright and beautiful. One afternoon, I decided to introduce her to James. I wasn't expecting much. I thought James and I were too close for him to suddenly develop feelings for someone else. But I was wrong. A week later, James asked me for a favor that felt like a knife to the heart. He wanted me to help him ask Susan out. I should have said no. I should have told him how I felt. Instead, I smiled and agreed. 3 months down the line, I was standing next to Susan as her best woman, watching the man I loved vow to spend the rest of his life with my best friend. I laughed. I clapped. But inside, I felt like I was crumbling. During the reception, I jokingly told James, "You know, you should have married me instead. 3 years of friendship and you choose the girl you just met?" We laughed it off, but the words hung in the air. A few months into their marriage, Susan confided in me. She was anxious. She wanted to make sure James would stay faithful. That's when the idea came to me. "Test him," I said. "Invite another woman into the house for a week, see if he'll stray." Susan liked the idea, and before I could stop myself, I volunteered to be that woman. The first night, nothing happened. But on the second night, I told James everything. How I felt. How I always loved him. I told him about the plans Susan and I had. James told me to stop. He said he loved Susan. But the next day, Susan confronted him, thinking he was being distant. She pushed him to be more comfortable around me, telling him I was practically family. By the end of the week, Susan was convinced her husband was the most faithful man alive. I, on the other hand, left their house carrying his child. 2 weeks later, I told Susan the truth. Her face crumbled. She regretted everything. She regretted trusting me. I tried to convince James to leave her. After all, we were having a child together. James didn't know what to do. Susan didn't know what to do. And honestly, neither did I. Now, lessons learned. 1. Love can't be forced, no matter how long you wait for someone. 2. Testing someone's faithfulness can destroy the very trust you're trying to build. 3. When jealousy or hidden desires take control, friendships and marriages can be shattered. Now I'm left wondering, what should I do? Should I push James to leave his wife for me and our child? Or should I walk away and let them figure things out? What would you do in my situation? If this story resonated with you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.